the credit policy to be announced any second now. It has. The RBI has kept repo rate unchanged at 6%. That's the first flash, pretty much on expected lines. Has there been any tinkering in any of the other rates? I reckon not. But I believe Abhinava Das joins us with the very latest in the headlines coming in from the RBI headquarters. Abhinava, no rate action as expected.
Absolutely. In fact, there were no positive surprises at all from the Reserve Bank governor. In fact, the Monetary Policy Committee, which met today, they've decided that the rates are all, it's a status quo as about the rates are concerned. But the factor which is a big concern right now is inflation. And if you look at the tone and tenor of the policy, they have very clearly stated that the inflation is going to inch upwards to 4.2 to 4.6% in the second half. Growth is a bit of a concern. They've cut down the growth estimates. The GV has been cut to 6.7% from 7.3% earlier. There's been an SLR cut of 50 basis points. It's about the transition to the liquidity coverage ratio, and banks are anyways covered. So if you look at the concerns that have been raised in the MPC report, the inflation, the policy document very clearly says that the inflation is actually expected to hit 4.2% in the Q3 of 17-18, 4.6% in the fourth quarter of 17-18. But what the surprising factor is, if you look at 18-19, the inflation numbers are jumping to almost 4.9% in Q3 of 18-19, and it's essentially driven by food prices. We are talking about the 5% monsoon deficit. Kharif output has been impacted. The HRA, the employees, the government HRA given to the government employees will also kick in. So even if you are assuming normal monsoon, the numbers don't change much. So to that extent, the tone seems to be a bit hawkish from the central bank. And if you look at the growth per se, the 6.7% growth, which is a sharp cut from 7.3% earlier, that's for the whole of 17-18. And for the second, if you look at 17-18 Q2, it's seen as 6.4, 7.1% in Q3, 7.7% in Q4. So Q4 onwards, the central bank is predicting some sort of a recovery. 18-19, the GVA is seen at around 7.4%. That again is assuming a normal rainfall and no fiscal shockers. So essentially, the dip in business confidence is demonetization. The investment side spending is still very weak. The uncertainty over GST, sluggish investment, all that is playing out, and clearly growth seems to be the victim here.